I'm the Jody Saver and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to give my November 2023 premium bonds update. So just as a bit of a recap on the last video, what I'm doing in this video series is talking about my premium bonds. So I've got a bit of an explainer here at the top for those who aren't aware about what premium bonds are. So they're a savings account and you put money into them, and you can take it out when you want, and the interest paid is decided by a monthly prize draw. So you buy £1 bonds and each one has an equal chance of winning. So the more you buy, the more your chances improve. And I think from reading online, at the moment the odds of winning with £1 bond is 21,000 to 1 each month. So to win each month, um, you need around £21,000 in bonds. I think that's right. Yeah, so I'm going to talk through my November figures, and just to flag, as always, I'm not a financial advisor and I'm just tracking my personal finance journey for entertainment purposes here. So don't take anything I say as financial advice. So why have I started building up my premium bonds? Holdings, well, the reason for that is I like to have an emergency fund, and I found having an emergency fund in a easy accessible um, cash bank account, I find that I dip into those savings quite regularly, and you'll see that on my emergency fund update. You'll see that I'll regularly dip in there when I need some for the month, and then I'll then put the money back in at the start of the next month. And it's just it's fine to do that, but what I want to do is I want to have some savings that are still easily accessible, so I don't want them to be locked away. But I want it to be there'd be a bit of friction for us to get them out. So within a tap of a button, I can easily take money out my bank account. But for me to withdraw my premium bonds, I have to like sell them, and then there's a couple of days I think it takes for you to get the money within your bank account. So there's a bit more of a friction there and a bit less temptation to do it. So how I see my premium bonds is that this is money that's set aside, and I'm going to build it up each month, and then if the worst comes to the worst in the future and I was to lose my job, then I know I've got that money set aside that I can use to get us through the months where I'm looking for another job. And the reason for that is even though I'm building up my stock and shares ISA, I don't want to be dipping into that and treating it like a bank account, because that is my long-term investment plan, if that makes sense. So that's enough waffling from me. I'll do a recap of my October figures and then I'll cover November. So in October, I contributed £25, so I bought £25 worth of bonds. So my final holding was £200. As I mentioned, the odds are around 21,000 to 1. So as expected, I didn't win anything in October. And the other thing I should mention is you have to hold. So if you buy some bonds, you have to hold them for 1 or 2 months before. I think it's one full month before they put in the prize draw. So those £25 worth of bonds that I bought in October weren't in October's draw. So then November, and I'll just change this so it's a currency format because I'm a bit particular like that. Yeah, so in November, I started with a £200. I contributed to £50, so I bought £50 worth of bonds. My final holding was £250, and I didn't win anything this month. So what I'm hoping is that as my holding gets bigger month on month, if I contribute £50, £100 per month, hopefully we'll get to a point where I win something on a month. So I think I'm really into reason why I'm tracking this is because I'm really interested to know where the point is where I start winning regularly. I mean, it might turn out that something happens where I need to dip into this money, so it may not be as dramatic as losing my job, fingers crossed, but it may be, I don't know, there's some repairs needed in my flat, and I use the £3,000 that's already in my other emergency fund, and I have to start dipping into this. I'm hoping that's not the scenario, but if that does happen, then the money would be taken out of this, and then I would start again from zero and build it back up again. So yeah, I'm really interested to know how your premium bond winnings have been going if you've got any premium bonds. And yeah, let us know comments about premium bonds, and if you've got any comments about emergency fund and where you keep yours in general, it'd be great to hear from you. And finally, just a big thank you to everyone who's clicked subscribe to my channel recently. So on my last video last week, I think it was last week, I mentioned that I was 10 subscribers away from hitting the 300 subscriber milestone, and I've just hit that. So massive thank you for that. So yeah, next stop 400 subscribers. So if you're not already subscribed, do hit that subscribe button, and you'll see my um, next few videos. So great, thanks very much for that, and I'll see you on the next video.